Hello and welcome to the post-match point with Keane and Paddy, where we talk football and beer for you to hear. Yes, we are back for episode 2, the long-awaited episode where at the end of it we will be doing the sweepstake draw, the massive sweepstake draw for the huge £250 jackpot. Today we have with us Mr. Dan Swaby. Dan, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, keeping well?
Yeah, not too bad,
Good
not too
stuff,
bad.
mate, good
Welcome,
stuff.
Daniel. Have you bought a beer for us?
I have actually. Today I've
What
bought
we got?
these.
Good choice.
Australia, very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah, let's go for it. Spanish beer, Barcelona 1876. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Not had one of these for a while.
No.
Lovely beer though, I know that
Yeah.
already. So good
Cheers,
choice.
boys.
Cheers,
Cheers.
lads. Enjoy that, Dan. Dan doesn't like beer, so.
That's good.
No.
That's a good beer.
Right, this week we are on last episode before the first game start. So we're doing a Matchday 1 prediction, going through the games of Matchday 1, talking about the scores we think will happen, who's going to win, and we're also going to touch on our starting lineup for the first England game against Iran, and that is the lineup that we would personally choose based on the current situation in the squad and injuries. So, Matchday 1, first game, Sunday, 7 PM, Qatar versus Ecuador. So the guest stand. Start us off. What are you thinking?
So I went 2-0 Ecuador.
Nice. Thoughts behind that?
Well, Ecuador, they haven't really conceded that much. I wanted to say Qatar because obviously home, but I don't know. Not feeling them at all.
Fair enough.
Keane?
I'm going to go out there and say 1-0 Qatar. I'll tell you why I'm going to say that. I don't know how true this is.
The
Right?
first thing of the podcast.
Genuine. Hold on a minute. I don't know how true this is, but I saw something today from what looked like a relatively official source.
There we go.
Is that Qatar and Qatar officials have offered at least various Ecuador players at least $7.4 million to throw the game in the second half and lose it 1-0.
What?
Don't know how true that is.
Bollocks, Keane.
But hold on a minute. I wouldn't put it past them. If you look at what they're doing in the country, all these England fans, Portugal fans, Argentina fans that quite clearly aren't, they're paying all these fans to be there.
a bit
I
different
genuinely would put it past them. You
So-
look at everything that happens in the country, wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, but you got to think, Ecuador, them reaching the World Cup is the pinnacle for them. They're not going to be there, alright, we've made it now, fuck it, let's just go and throw
Well,
this
no,
game.
probably not. But
No.
if it happens,
And,
you're
they have
first.
got a relatively decent chance of getting out of the group, Ecuador. Senegal and Netherlands. Senegal are decent, but
It's
They've got a
realistically, it'll
chance.
probably be Ecuador or Senegal getting out of that group. Realistically,
with Netherlands.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Ecuador are actually quite a decent team, so I've also gone 2-0 Ecuador. I'm pretty sure Qatar will not score a goal in the whole tournament.
Probably not.
Yeah, I
but
agree with that, to be
We'll
fair.
wait and see what happens after game 1.
We will, won't we?
And if we're sat here and Qatar on this 1-0, I wouldn't even say anything.
Next game, should we come back to the England game once we do
Yeah,
our
we'll come back
lineup?
to the
So,
England game.
so obviously the England game, England versus Iran, 1 PM on Monday. Also on Monday is the other game in Group A, so Senegal versus Netherlands, 4 PM Monday. Keane?
I'll probably go Netherlands 2-0. I think. I don't know what the fitness is with Mane. I did hear that he was injured for the World Cup and then he might be fit. I don't know.
think he'll.
I don't think he'll make the first game, and I think he's one of their key players quite easily. And without him, I think they might struggle a bit. So I'm just going to go 2-0 Netherlands.
Cool, Dan.
Yeah, I agree with Keane, but I went 2-1 Netherlands. Still think Senegal have a decent chance. Think they got a few like decent players where maybe they might be able to get a goal. Still don't think Mane's going to start, but yeah.
Parts what we saying?
Yeah, I don't think Mane will start. I think they've basically picked him now that it's a 26-man squad. They've got players that won't play any games, so it doesn't matter if they make it to the quarter-final or the round of 16. He might get a game, which is they regret not picking him. So I think that's probably why they've picked him. I don't think he'll play the first couple of group games.
100%.
I think it'll be quite an open game. I think Netherlands play quite open football. They'll probably play 3 at the back or 5 at the back at some time. It'll be quite. I think that'll be one of the better games of the tournament to start. I think Netherlands will win.
Yeah.
I've gone 3-2 Netherlands. I think it might be quite a high.
They like their wing backs from the Netherlands, don't they?
Yeah,
So they'll be-
Dumfries and
Yeah.
players bombing forward. So I think it'll be an open game. But yeah, I think Netherlands will probably.
And that Depay that Blake mentioned last week being a player to watch and
Yeah.
played, for months. But anyway,
But yeah, I think they'll get the result and it'll be a good game.
yes, it will. All right. So the next game we've got on the same day is England's group, USA v Wales. Pads, what are we thinking?
This is a tough one to call.
This is the game, I think, for Wales, is almost probably the make or break of their World Cup.
Yeah.
If Wales can win this game, because I did see on TalkSport, and I agreed, it was Danny Murphy, I think, was saying it, this is the game for Wales. As much as they'll be massively up for the England game, if they can win that USA, they can kind of not expect to win, but they've got more of a chance of winning against USA. They can hope to win against England, they can't expect to.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. I think this game for both these teams is the winner of this game will probably go through with England.
But at the same time, I can quite easily see Wales losing to Iran and USA and then beating us, because they'll turn up for it because they hate us that much.
But yeah, I think that's what I think. I think they should both also beat Iran, I'd say, and then so if they win this, someone wins this game and then beats Iran, 6 points should get you through. Really, I just think America or USA will have a little bit too much for Wales. I think they've got a lot more proven players. I think Wales have got a decent side. They've got a few good players like Dan James, Gareth Bale, people like that. But I think USA will win 2-1. I think it'll be quite a close, scrappy game. But I don't know. It's a hard one to call, but I think USA will 2-1.
I think the squads are quite different as well. The USA, you've got a lot of young players that have never really been to a World Cup and are quite happy to just go for it. Whereas Wales, as much as you've not got players that have been to a World Cup, got a heck of a lot more experience in there. Ramsey, Bale.
Isn't this their first World Cup?
Yeah. But they're generally quite experienced players. Like, you look at Ramsey's played in the Premier League, he's played in Serie A, that kind of thing.
So what's your score?
I'd probably agree and say 2-1 Australia. USA, sorry. I can't see Wales beating them, but we'll wait and see. Never know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I just don't quite think they'll have enough.
See, I thought this was really hard to call as well, and I think big players like Bale always turns up in international, but I actually went 1-1 draw. Even though I think this game might decide who goes through, I actually think both teams are going to be up for it, and I went 1-1.
Yeah. If that goes 1-1, it means the games against England are so much more for both those teams, because they've got to try and get a result against England, or at least get a decent goal difference against England, to have a chance of going through.
At least a draw might be beneficial for England. So that could mean England could lose a game and potentially still go through. So I think that'll be an interesting day, Monday night, 7 PM. But moving on, Group C. First game of Group C is Tuesday morning, 10 AM. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. I'm pretty sure we probably will be pretty. Saudi
Arabia 2-0, Messi to score 2 own goals. I think that's quite an easy win for Argentina. They'll probably win that at least 3-0. You would like to hope anyway. If Messi's this good player that everyone thinks he is, then you would like to hope they will.
I said 3-0 as well.
I've said 4-0.
Yeah.
I think they're one of the favourites of the tournament. I think they'll start off well. I think they'll score at least 3 goals. I've gone 4-0, but I think they'll want to hit the ground running straight away and get into that group and get some momentum going. I think so. Yeah.
Alvarez of City's Argentinian as well, isn't he? So they've got some serious attacking power.
Terry Martinez as well.
Yeah.
Who's one of the ones that's tipped for the Golden Boot as well. So I think they'll comfortably win that. I think.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Also Tuesday afternoon, 1 PM UK time. First game in Group D, Denmark versus Tunisia. Dan, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, go on then. I went 2-0 Denmark. I think, just like the Euros, they're going to do very well again. I think they're so underrated. I think they've got key players, Ericsson as well, playing well for United, playmaker. Genuinely think they're going to do really well again. Be a dark horse.
They're in.
Fair enough.
They should qualify from that group.
Yeah.
Denmark, Tunisia, France, Australia. I think Denmark will be looking for that at least second qualifying spot. We've said about France being not as good as they have been, and I think Denmark, if they don't get out of the group, they'll be really disappointed. I think the way they performed.
No, that's true. But I think everyone's still saying, as much as I kind of agree with it, still saying Denmark are underrated, and they keep turning up.
They're now just not.
Is this going to be where they just don't turn up, and it's like, it's Denmark, isn't it? So
they've got decent players like Kasper Dolberg up top, who's been scoring goals, and he did well in the Euros. I think
they should win that game, but I think it'll be closer than people think.
I've done 3-1 Denmark.
I'll go 1-0 Denmark. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've all gone for a win, but I think
saying that we would have thought England would have beaten Tunisia back in the last World Cup, and they scraped by 1-0, so 2-1 sort of thing.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Interesting game, Group C. Second game in that group. That's the Argentina group. Mexico versus Poland, 4 PM UK time. I think this will be quite an interesting game. I've gone 1-1.
So have I, to be fair.
Yeah,
I went 1-0 as well.
I reckon Mexico will edge it slightly, because Poland have got. I think all Poland have really got going for them mainly is Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think they're better than that. They've got
Really?
a lot. They've got a lot of players that play in top 5 European leagues. That maybe they're a bit under the radar, and they've got a decent side. Really, I think their depth and their quality is quite similar to Matchday. They've got a few standout players, but they're a team full of players that are kind of.
I don't know, but is Javier Hernandez in the Mexico squad, or is he far too old now?
I respect he's probably far too old. Yeah. But he might be.
He might well be.
I expect it's Lozano leading the line, isn't it?
Probably,
Mexico, But yeah, I think Poland, Lewandowski, they've got like Zielinski, Szczesny. I think they've still got a decent team. I think it'll be a good game. So
I think it'll be a good game to watch here as well.
Yeah.
It'll be good to
I think
watch.
that's one of the ones that'll be another decent game to watch. Yeah. So 1-1. What did you say?
I'll go Mexico 2-1, I reckon.
And you've done 1-1 as well.
Yeah, I went 1-1.
Mexico 2-1.
Back Mexico, yeah.
No, fair enough.
None of this draw rubbish. Let's have some proper football.
Group D, second game in Group D, Monday night 7 p.m. France, reigning champions versus Australia.
I think France have got to win that. There's no two ways about it, really. I'll go France 2-0. I don't think they'll come out the blocks flying, but they should comfortably win that game. That's not something that should trouble them at all.
Yeah.
No.
Dan?
Completely agree with that, to be fair. I know haven't been playing well recently, but this is a must win, isn't it? Not playing a great team. I went 3-0.
Yeah, I've gone 3-0 France. I think I said they'll probably be the team of the big teams that might flop and might not get as far as they want, but I think they'll have too much.
I think they should quite easily qualify from their group, really.
They'll have too much for Australia. I think I've gone 3-0 France. I think they might struggle a bit when they come up against a team that's got more of attacking kind of threat.
Possibly.
But I think when they played Denmark and they played Poland, Denmark. When they played Denmark, I think that could be quite an interesting game. I could see Denmark getting a draw out of that.
Yeah, you don't know the fitness of Varane at the moment either, do we? I don't think.
I don't think he's not fit for the World Cup. He's out.
Is he?
He's out for the World Cup.
Right.
So, like we said on last episode, they've got a lot of players that just are either coming to the end of their career or currently not fit and not playing.
Yeah.
No Kante, no Pogba. Their midfield's not as strong. No Varane. I don't think Lloris is at the World Cup, and they've just.
A lot of their players aren't in form at the moment as well. They're not playing well.
They've got a front three who are very, very good in Benzema, Mbappe and Griezmann. But like we said last episode...
But then behind that, you're looking a bit ropey.
They're not as strong as they were for 2018 World Cup, definitely.
And they're not as strong as they were for the Euros, which they
struggled in.
They didn't flop, but they should have been in Switzerland. But they still got to the quarters.
Yeah, but they should be... After winning the World Cup, you want to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they'll win. They've got enough to beat Australia, but... yeah, I'm not sure after that what else is going to happen for them. So on to Wednesday, Group F, first game, Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. UK time, is Morocco versus Croatia. Dan starts off.
I went 2-1 Croatia. I don't know, I've got a weird feeling about this game. I think Morocco have actually got a few decent players like Hakimi, and I think they might be able to do something. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win ultimately, but I still think it'll be another good game to watch.
I think it'll be actually a pretty shit game to watch.
Really?
Croatia are so boring. They're so dull and boring to watch.
Yeah, I've gone 2-0 Croatia, but it could just be a 1-0 Croatia.
Yeah,
I think.
I wouldn't surprise me if it was just 1-0 Croatia. They score and then just sit behind the ball.
Yeah, I think that it's another one. Their squads.
Croatia are never a team that you see on TV or you see a game coming up. You think, I want to watch that. That'll be good fun. There'll be this lap and that lap, and you never want to watch a Croatia game. Couldn't be more dull.
Yeah, but I think they'll get the result though.
I think they're struggling this World Cup as well because they've got quite an ageing squad.
Yeah,
I mean Kovacic, Modric, a lot of them are 30, nearly 30s or over 30 kind of thing. So I think they'll struggle quite in this World Cup.
So I've gone 2-0. You've gone 2-1.
1-0 Croatia.
1-0 Croatia. Yeah, fair enough. Group E, first game in Group E, also Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time. Germany versus Japan. I have gone with Germany 2-0. I think, again, we spoke about last episode, I don't think Germany the team they have been in previous years. I do worry a bit from where their goals are going to come from in some of the bigger games, but I think Japan are a decent side. They've got a lot of good squad players who are just good professional players, but they've got no standout player like they have done in previous years.
No.
So
I think Germany is struggling for a striker as well. I think they have done for a while.
Yeah, well,
Werner's he's never turned up. Havertz
isn't Werner injured?
Isn't really
now,
a striker, possibly.
I'm
but
sure I saw
Havertz isn't really a striker, and after that they've got no that I can think of out and out striker.
No, so I think they'll win. I think I've won 2-0. But
I'd agree with that.
I don't think it'll be a convincing result for them. I think they'll
No.
get a result, but yeah, like we said before, I don't think there's much to fear from Germany this year. Dan?
Yeah, completely agree. I went 2-0. I think the same. I think they're similar to France, where they're not going to be as good as where they have been before.
Yeah.
Nice. Group B, other game in that group is Spain versus Costa Rica, and that's 4 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon UK time. Team?
I think that'll be. I think that's quite a close one to call. Weirdly, I'll go 1-0 Spain. But I think it'll be a close game. I think they'll win it, but it won't be easy.
Yeah. Dan, Spain's another one of the.
You don't know how they're going to perform.
They're one of the bigger sides that we also spoke about last episode.
Spain, Germany, France, they could come out the blocks flying, win every group game 4-0, or they scrape by, or they lose, or they don't get through the group. It's one extreme to the other, and you never really know which way they're going to go. I don't think.
Yeah. Again, I do think they'll have too much Costa Rica. I've gone 3-1. I think Costa Rica might nab a goal. They might even go 1-0 up, but I think really on paper Spain have got too much Costa Rica. So I've gone 3-1. They'll get a job done, I think, and I'll move on to their next game. Dan?
Yeah, I went 2-0. Nothing really more to say, to be fair. You said everything.
Yeah,
it's just
fair
enough. Group F, second game, 7 p.m. Dan, you kicked us off. Belgium versus Canada.
I think this is kind of an interesting game, I kind of like this one. I went 3-1 Belgium.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But I kind of like a few of the Canada players. I think like they've got a little bit about them, and I think they will get a goal. Belgium, again, obviously, you look at the names of their squad and you think, wow, they've got a really good squad. But
another one that's got a seriously aging squad.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. So aging.
This is just about their last chance
to
get anything from their goal.
The fact they've won or done nothing in the last 10 years of international football is.
Because everyone always talks about them, don't they? Say Belgium, they're going to do Belgium. They haven't actually done anything.
No. But then it's like the England golden generation. Is that too much of a group of individuals, or who knows what's happened? But they should have done more with that team than what they have done.
Yeah. I think this will be an interesting game. I spoke about Canada in the last episode. I think it's their first World Cup. They've got a few young players who are coming through, and they'll have their chance on the world stage. Like Alphonso Davies, my player to watch, which is Jonathan David up front.
Yeah,
I think
it's not bad.
I think it'll be quite an open game. I think Belgium do also play quite expansive football, and they'll have wing backs like Munier flying forward and players on the wings. I think I've done 3-2 Belgium. I think Belgium will get the result, but I think it will be an open game. I think Canada will. I don't think Canada will sit there trying to get a draw or trying to just.
I can see Canada doing what England should do and just trying to score,
to
score more than them.
They've got nothing
really
to lose.
worrying about defending, just trying to score more than them. That's what
it's their first game in the World Cup. They'll go for it. So I've gone 3-2 Belgium. I think they'll get the result, but I think it'll be a good game, and that also will be one of the better games of the first week. I think.
Fair enough. I've gone. I think 2-1 Belgium on that one. Again, I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a close game, and at the same time, I wouldn't be too surprised if Belgium lose. If I'm honest, it'd be a bit of a shock, but it wouldn't. Yeah. It wouldn't be the biggest one in the World Cup. Fair. I wouldn't say.
Yeah. Thursday, first game in Group G is Switzerland versus Cameroon, 10 a.m. Dan, what have you gone for?
I didn't really know what to think of this game. I was looking at the squads and I was just like, Switzerland, got a few players that I recognise, and I was just like, they're normally okay. So I went 1-0 Switzerland, but I was looking at Cameroon's squad and I was just like, they ain't got anything there, have they really?
It's another one, normally Cameroon, they always qualify and they always do alright.
You always see, when you think back of World Cups and that, you always see teams like Cameroon and Senegal that kind of just stick somewhere because they've done something. You don't really know what.
That's the thing, you always think of an African team who are qualifying for the World Cup. You think Cameroon, you think Egypt, you think Ivory Coast maybe, and you think Senegal. That's sort of four big teams in Africa. But I've done 0-0. I think this could be just one of the games.
I can see that happening.
Worst game of the group stage.
Yeah, I can see that. Feel
like Switzerland got a decent team. Like Granit Xhaka's playing well at the moment, and they've got players there. But I don't know.
Granit Xhaka's playing well, but he's hardly going to win in the tournament, is he?
Yeah, but he's been scoring a lot of goals for Arsenal. He's playing a lot more further forward now, and I think I don't actually know what
he plays further forward for Switzerland anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what role he plays. Say if he plays further forward, but Switzerland might nick a result. But yeah, I think it'll be a pretty boring game, and I've gone 0-0.
I'll agree with the 0-0. To be fair, I don't think it'll be anything that you'll want to lose sleep over missing. That's for sure.
Group H, first game in that group, also Thursday. 1 p.m. UK time, Uruguay versus South Korea. Keane, do you want to start us off?
Uruguay should win that one. I've gone 2-0 Uruguay, I think. Again, Uruguay are a bit of an odd team. No one really knows how they're going to turn up. They could go flying, and then again they could not go out of the group, and neither would really surprise me, I don't think. But they should probably win that, Uruguay.
So it was 2-0.
2-0.
Dan?
I went 3-1 Uruguay. I think it's interesting. I think they've got a few key players like Nunez and stuff like that. It just depends how they're going to turn up.
Keane hates Nunez. So.
Do you?
Yeah, well, no, I don't hate him. I just think
the problem is, whenever I watch him, I always think he's rubbish. But he's scoring goals.
He's scoring
He
goals.
is. I don't know how this is happening.
He's got a good record.
He's scoring goals. He just looks
and he's
like
scoring
a
goals in a Liverpool team that aren't amazing. If he was scoring this many goals in the team they've had last year or 2 years ago when they were top of the league and flying, but
I don't know.
He's scoring goals where they are now. And
I was watching a game Liverpool playing. I can't remember who they were playing now, but he came on and he constantly tried to do too much with it.
He does.
I think they didn't need a goal, but he's playing like they need a goal, which is probably a good way to go. But at the same time, whether it's because he's getting all this criticism, he's trying to score,
trying
more,
too hard almost.
Whereas there was a simple pass on for Salah that would have been a goal.
Yeah,
no two ways about it.
Yeah.
And he shot from 30 yards out. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not convinced on him yet, but we'll wait.
I think he's young. I think he's got pace. He's strong.
Tall.
Yeah, he's
built
for the Premier League as well. And I say you can't. As much as whenever I watch him, I'm not convinced. You can't knock him at the moment. He's while a player's scoring goals, what can you do? Like he's playing well.
Yeah, very true.
So you went 3-1. You said
3-1.
3-1. What did you say, Dean?
2-0 Uruguay.
2-0.
That's what
I think again, South Korea are kind of team that there was a bit of question marks on Son's fitness. I'm not sure if he's fit for the first game. But yeah, I've gone 1-0 Uruguay. I think they'll have a result. I'm not 100% convinced on the rest of their squads. I think Valverde's playing really well at the moment, but defensively I'm not 100% sure. So I think they'll have a result, but I'm not entirely convinced. But I think they'll do enough to get the first game and get the first 3 points. Yeah, second game in that group, 4 PM Thursday, is Portugal versus Ghana. Keane.
Portugal, Ghana. I think I'm going to go 1-0 Portugal on this one. Ghana are another team that used to turn up when they had Asamoah Gyan playing. And something that sticks in my memory, it came up on Twitter the other day. Ghana v Uruguay in the quarterfinals, was it?
Was that in Suarez?
Semi-finals, Suarez basically caught it.
After that day, the whole world was like,
I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And the way he celebrated down the tunnel.
I know, it's horrendous.
What a knob.
And I still don't know where I stand on it. You've got people on Twitter saying he's done the right thing. Now you realise he's done the thing he should have done, and I don't think that's not football. That's not sportsmanship.
But what can you do? You can't just give him a goal. It's could be like a penalty goal. That's what you said here.
That's what it should be.
Penalty
I was thinking
goal.
that there should be some like penalty try. There should be a penalty goal. Just get the goal,
and he gets sent off.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. But no,
that was like quarter final, wasn't it? It was quite far in.
It was quarter final. Yeah, it was quarter
something
final.
like that. Yeah. It's mental. But no, I think Portugal will win that one 1-0. But I don't think it'll be an easy game.
I personally think it's going to be a really easy game. I think Portugal are actually going to come out flying. I think someone like Ronaldo is going to want to make a statement as well after everything that's going on.
He needs to now.
Exactly.
If he turns up now and scores 9 goals in the World Cup, yeah, fair enough. Whatever, crack on. He gets a golden boot. He can do what he wants.
Should we touch on Ronaldo quickly?
We can quickly touch on Ronaldo.
Well, so obviously all three of us are actually United fans, so it's be interesting to think individually. I think he's playing out of order.
I do as well. I think if he'd come out and he'd slated the club in general, if he'd slated the Glazers, the ownership, the management, fine. But to come out and openly slate Ten Hag, who's been there for 10 minutes and he's trying to manage everything that's going on, and Ten Hag's got a player Ronaldo that maybe he doesn't want there, but Ronaldo should know as a professional, as a sportsman, as a footballer, you just because of your stature doesn't mean you have to start playing on time. If you're not performing, which at the moment he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
Simply not performing. Why should he start? Why should he play?
Every time he's played this season, he's done
hampered United.
When I watched
with him, I think we got 25% win rate. Without him, we got 75% win rate.
Yeah, I think the game when I watched at Old Trafford, he did nothing on the ball, and that was against Omnia or whatever it was, or Sheriff. Yeah. He literally did nothing, and he's off the ball. His attitude is just. Yeah. I just don't think if it was like Fergie in charge, there's no way he would have burnt out like that. And I appreciate what a lot of people said, where last year he saved us. He was a top scorer, and in Europe especially he did really well. Yeah. But at the same time, Ten Hag's come in. He wasn't the manager last year. And there was all the we don't know what went on behind the scenes in the summer, and there was all the rumours that he was going to leave, and apparently he was trying to leave, but there was no club wanted him. So I personally think if the offer came in that both clubs accepted and he accepted, he would have left.
Yeah,
I don't think nothing came in.
I think that the thing with Ten Hag as well is he's come in, and if he knows what's going on, who knows whether it's him that knows or it's just the top board members. But if Ten Hag's come in and he's gone, oh well, so we've got this player Ronaldo, obviously greatest of all time and all that, but he's actively looking to leave. Why should I try and keep him in my squad? Let him go. He didn't, so Ten Hag sort of almost stuck with him now to a degree. Neither party, I don't think, wants to be there, wants the other there, whatever it may be.
But I think the things he's done, you just can't do that no matter who you are. Like leaving the pre-season game early, refusing to be subbed on, like walking down the tunnel.
You see people like Roy Keane come out and talk about it, and then you see other professionals that played Roy Keane, like Rooney, that are going, there's no way in hell Roy Keane would have took that from someone else at the squad. At the time he was there, not a chance in hell would he have accepted someone walking off early. It's like, and Ferguson would never have accepted it. There's a story of where I think they lost in the Champions League, and either it was a knockout game and they'd gone, or they didn't get through the group, something like that. All of the players ignored the fans, walked onto the bus. Ferguson got there, screamed at them, you go back out there and sign autographs for the next half hour. He would never have stood for it. Not a chance.
Dan, thoughts?
I had a lot to say. I wanted to jump in a lot of the times. I think this situation is just so difficult. I think the way he's been treated isn't right. I think the way he's acted isn't right. I just think everything that's happened has not gone like around the right way. I think he should have gone in the summer. I think like what you were saying about his performances, where he doesn't do a lot on the ball. He didn't do that last year, but he was still scoring.
That's the thing. Now he's not scoring.
Now he's not scoring. So you got to be like, well, he probably shouldn't be playing, but he's Ronaldo at the end of the day, and with his ego and everything like that, he's going to want to play every game, isn't he? And
I think it's difficult because he's not used to anything else.
No, but it does make you wonder, why has it changed so much from this season to last?
I think the main thing is his daughter was ill over the pre-season. He didn't get a pre-season.
Yeah.
So he was never going to start the first couple of games anyway because he didn't get a pre-season. He wasn't fit.
True.
He didn't play. So then Rashford started scoring goals. So he was the first start of the season. Sancho was playing really well at the start of the year.
Yeah, he was.
And he just wasn't getting game time, and he wasn't available for the first couple of weeks because he didn't have a pre-season. So I think it's not helped that.
Yeah. But I think it does make you wonder. He scored all these goals last year with a worse team around him.
Yeah.
We've signed the likes of Eriksen, Casemiro, that kind of thing. You would think now Ronaldo, if he was top scorer in the Premier League with those players behind him, I wouldn't even be surprised. Because the likes of Eriksen, Bruno, Casemiro, that midfield has been improved massively from McFred. And he was scoring all these. He scored 18 goals in the Premier League with McFred. Yeah. How does that happen?
The system. We're playing a different system, though, aren't we? We are playing differently to where we were last season. So I think that plays a big part of it.
The problem I think if there's only one solution now, he leaves. There's no.
He can't put United on again. There's no way about it.
No. And also I think he's timed it. He's obviously timed it purposely before the World Cup. So there's no games now. United don't play until just before Christmas, I think. Yeah. Carabao Cup.
Well, it's 2 weeks until the January transfer window, and he's got a way out.
And I think this was a massive turning point for Ten Hag. I think he could have dealt with this two ways. He could have either said welcome him back into the side, or do what he's done, freeze him out and leave him out. I think this could be a massive point for his longevity at United. He didn't. He hasn't taken the whole time Ronaldo's done anything, whether or not you agree with it or not. I think he's dealt with it the right way. He's
disciplined it.
He has to say he's bigger than the player.
He's not dealt with it as he's Ronaldo. He's dealt with it as a player at Man United. If that's a player, what do you do? Regardless of it is, you've got to deal with it in the right way to set an example. Yeah, and he's done that.
He speaks properly, and I think he's probably gained a lot more respect because of it. Just don't know if you saw the video of Ronaldo walking into the Portugal camp with Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But I mean, no one really knows what's going on there.
So yeah, that what time will tell what will happen, and we'll probably get more information. I think United will release a statement soon. But yeah,
if United really want to send a message, they just go, "His contract's terminated. That's it. Job done." If they really,
I don't actually know where he'd go though. No, I don't
know where he'd go. It's best. The only where he could go would be back to Sporting, but he'd have to take a massive pay cut. And even then, they might go, "You're all right, thanks, mate."
He's going to want Champions League though, isn't he? So he needs to have a good World Cup. He needs to have a good World Cup.
Yeah, he does.
Well, time will tell.
The argument could be if he doesn't turn up in the World Cup, or he doesn't get a chance, Portugal don't go far, whatever it may be. His career could be over. That could be it
for big sides.
For big sides, yeah. Any sides, top 5 leagues, it could be done.
Yeah. I've gone in that game. I've gone 2-0 Portugal. I think they'll get the result. I think they have got really on paper Portugal again have got quite a decent team.
Yeah,
I think they've got a few good players now.
It's one of them. They've always had a good team on paper.
Yeah.
And they've won the Nations League, but
yeah,
that's not much, is it? Really?
and obviously Jota's injured, so another player out. But I think they'll win 2-0. You went.
I went 3-0.
I went 1-0 Portugal.
1-0. Yeah, so we all think they'll get the result. Right, Group G, second game in that group Thursday. This is the last game of Matchday 1. 7 p.m. Thursday, Brazil versus Serbia. Brazil, many people's favourites of the tournament, decent side, amazing depth going forward. Serbia were my dark horses. I think they've got good side going forward. They've got the likes of Mitrovic, whether or not he's fit for the first game we don't actually know yet. I think he missed quite a few Fulham games recently. Got Vlahovic up front. They've got Milinkovic, Savic. They've got a good side. I think Brazil will win 3-1. I think they'll get that first game out. That's why I've gone 3-1. But I think Serbia will provide threat for Brazil. I think it won't be a railroad game. It'll be. I think there'll be Brazil will win, but I don't think it'll be comfortable as such. So I've gone 3-1.
So what are you saying?
Yeah, it's a 3-1 as well. I think, like you said, Brazil, they're my favourites, to be honest. I think, like you said, their attacking depth is just unbelievable. The amount of good players they've got, they could probably change their squad every game and still have a great side out. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. I just, like you said, Serbia got a few key players, but Brazil, 3-1.
Yeah. Brazil 2-0.
Yeah, fair enough. That wraps up our predictions for Matchday 1 before the England game. Shall we... Let's talk about England first. Shall we do the result first, or should we do lineups first?
Result, I reckon.
Do the result. I think England will win that 1-0, and it'll be a tough game. It'll be a tough game to watch. We've seen it all before. England don't come out against a team like Iran. They've just got to go for them. If they go for them properly, like they did against Ukraine back in the Euros, they win the game 4-0 easy. Yeah. But they won't. Southgate's too defensive. He's too negative. He just wants to not concede, which you can't do when you've got nothing but shit defenders.
Yeah, okay. I personally think England will get a job done. I think they'll win. I think they'll win 3-0. I think they'll be relatively convincing. I think they might struggle later on against USA and Wales because of the atmosphere of the game and what it's going to be like for both sides. But I think England versus Iran, we should have too much quality for Iran. I don't care what's happened before. I've gone 3-0 England.
I went 3-0 England as well. I completely agree with what you're saying as well.
But I could see. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 1-0.
No.
Yeah.
But it's a 90 plus 3 minute goal from Kane or something stupid like that. But I think it's a great game to start on because if we go out and win 3-4-0, the confidence goes like that, and then you play USA and Wales, and you beat them. Even if you beat one of them 1-0, you keep going and you keep going and keep going. But we'll wait and see what happens. Nice.
Right, let's move on to our actual starting lineups.
Let's start off with just talking about goals.
So we just first of all. Are we all playing a fullback or are we?
I've gone fullback.
Dan's not gone fullback. No, that's fine. Just fine. How we'll sort that.
We'll go keeper first.
Keeper, Keane.
I've gone Nick Pope. I know Pickford's been really good for England previously. He's been pretty poor for Everton at the moment, and it kind of. I know it goes against how Southgate wants to play, and all of this that's coming now playing out from the back. I'd rather have a shot-stopping keeper that can save you goals than someone that can pass it nicely. Personally, I mean, obviously Pope, Pickford, Ramsdale
playing well at Newcastle, isn't he?
Yeah, I could see any one of them starting, but I've gone Pope. I think I'd rather have a proper shot-stopper than someone like Pickford that can pass it a bit better.
I've gone Pickford. I think there's no way Pickford doesn't start the whole tournament. I think he's Southgate's number one. He's never really let England down. He's never made a mistake really in England shirt. He may have made a few mistakes for Everton, but I think you've got to respect that he's never made a mistake for England really. He's won penalty shootouts for us. He's saved penalties. He does that in Colombia.
That's fair enough.
So I think Pickford starts. I think especially against Iran. I think Pickford.
I went Pickford as well. I just thought safe option in there. Like you said, he's never done anything wrong. Gareth Southgate loves him as well, so I think he definitely starts.
That's what happened. So read off your defence, Dan. What formation are you playing?
So I went 5-2-2-1.
Okay.
So I wanted to play 4 at the back, but I thought this is our system at the moment. This is how we're going to play, I think. So do you want the whole defence?
Yeah, the whole defence.
So right wing back, I've got Trippier.
Yeah.
I wanted to play Trent in this sort of game, but I thought play it safe. Went Trippier. Maybe you want to rest players. I'm not too sure. And my 3 centre backs: Maguire, Dyer, and Stones.
Yeah.
And then my left wing back, Luke Shaw.
Yeah. Okay. similar. I've gone 4 at the back. I think Luke Shaw is the only left back in the squad.
Yeah.
So with Trippier, maybe he could play on the left. Luke Shaw left back. I've gone Trippier right back, and I've gone Stones and Maguire. I think Walker's not fit for the first team. We've basically
confirmed that.
He's not fit, so we've not picked Walker here. But I think Stones will start. I think there was Maguire's the only one that was for me the questionable one. I think the other options, you've got Ben White, he's playing well, but he's playing a lot of right back recently for Arsenal. You've got Dyer's been playing well for Tottenham, but I think Dyer's got a mistake in him all the time. I think especially against Liverpool game the other day where that header, and then you've got Connor Cody. I just don't think he's got enough experience in international football.
I don't really know. He's just in there just in case everyone gets injured in it. That's all it is.
And again, I think Maguire, similar to Pickford, he's not done much wrong for England.
No.
And I think you've got to respect that.
But then when he's generally played for England, he's played in a 3 where there's more
pace,
protection. You've got Walker on one side, Stones on the other side are a bit quicker. You can sit and play in the centre.
Yeah.
And England, they generally sit that bit deeper. They're too worried about conceding goals, so they sit a bit deeper, and which is where he's better. We've seen that when he was playing for Leicester and they sit deeper, he's better than if he played for United, he's sat on the halfway line.
I think I really think he needs a good first game, and then he'll play the whole tournament. And he must be rock bottom at the moment, really.
Probably, yeah.
United captain, not playing. He can't even get in the team ahead of like Lindelof, who's to be fair, Lindelof has been playing really well alongside Martinez, and when Varane's been injured. So yeah, that's my back four. I think that's what it will be, and I think that's probably what I would pick at the moment with the injuries we've got and players available. So yeah.
So I've gone Trippier, Stones and Shaw, and then the other centre half was very torn. I think I'd probably go with Maguire, but I quite easily swap him for Ben White probably. I trust Ben White as centre half more than I would Eric Dyer. I think. If I had to play someone that wasn't Maguire, I think I'd probably have to play him because of the experience in the tournaments, the World Cup, and especially your back four. Probably your whole team, but it's definitely your back four. You don't really want to be changing them much across the tournament. So if you play Maguire, he has a good game, his confidence goes up, he goes into the USA, the Wales games quite well. So I'd probably start Maguire. Okay. But again, like you, questionable one.
So I've basically gone kind of 4-3-3, pretty flexible midfield. I've gone a 3 in midfield. I've gone Bellingham, Rice, Foden, midfield 3. I've gone quite attacking for the first 10 minutes around. I think Rice can just sit and go box to box. We've got Bellingham and Foden either side that can just have free roam. And I think there's a lot of youth in that midfield, but I think there's not much option in the midfield for this defensive midfielder or central midfielder. We've got Henderson, but I don't think Henderson's.
No, Henderson's.
You can't start over Bellingham and Rice.
Get anywhere near the starting lineup.
So, I think there's quite an exciting midfield. Bellingham, Rice, and Foden. Then we've got a 3 in front of that as well. But that's what I've gone.
Dan, what are we saying?
Right, so I went two CDMs. So I played it safe and I went Rice and Bellingham.
Yeah.
I think they're both going to do a job there, especially a team against Iran.
Bellingham will get forward. So
I think the bonus for Bellingham is that if you want him to go forward, he can change quite easily. That's fair enough. I've done the 3 midfield as well. I've gone Rice sitting, Bellingham in that sort of box-to-box role, and then as a sort of attacking midfielder, I've gone James Maddison.
I like that
because I don't think Mason Mount should get anywhere near this team.
I
think he's played horrifically poor. I mean, I've got the stats here. Mount's played 1 more game, 14 over 13 to Madison. He scored 2 goals compared to Madison's 7.
In a Leicester team.
I mean, Chelsea aren't flying, but Leicester are seriously struggling. And Mount's got 2 assists to James Maddison's 4. I mean, he won't because Mount's Southgate's golden boy for some stupid reason. But I think Maddison, again, first World Cup, I think he'll play with a bit more freedom than what Mount would. He's too worried about everything going on. I think that Maddison's a way forward.
Nice.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think he's got a chance, but I don't think he'll start over some of the players I've picked. But I would pick him over Mount 100%. Yeah. Dan, front. Whatever you've got 2 and a 1.
Yeah. So
give us your 2 and your 1.
Right. So I thought this was really hard because I went left wing Sterling.
Yeah.
Always plays well for England, especially last tournament. Everyone doubted him, and so I was one of those people as well. And
I was as well.
I even doubted him after.
I slated him after every.
Even when he scored 3 goals in a row, I still wouldn't.
He's done nothing. He just scored a goal.
But you can't argue with that, can you? At the end of the day, and I think he'd definitely get at least 1, maybe 2 against Iran, a team like that. And then right wing, I went Maddison.
Nice.
Yeah, fair enough. Get him in there somewhere.
Yeah, because I think he played on the right a little bit for Leicester, and in a game like Iran where you might want to rest a few players and keep them for more key games, get him in there now. Where
give him a chance. If he doesn't do anything, he doesn't start the next game. You haven't lost anything. I think obviously Kane up top.
And then Kane up top.
I don't mind Maddison playing right wing if you've got 5 at the back and you've got Trippier overlapping and you've got he's not necessarily got the pace and he will cut inside. So I think that's fine if you're playing 5 at the back and you've got someone like Trippier.
But then if you've got Kane, he's not that player that sits in the 18-yard box.
Oh, don't say he's dropping deep.
No. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But he does drop deep. He comes deep for the ball.
Right.
He doesn't just sit in the 18-yard box.
I think you do need pace with Kane. So I've got my 3 up top. I've got Kane for the middle. I've gone Saka, and I've gone Sterling. I think Saka's been playing well for Arsenal. I'm still not convinced 100% on Saka and Sterling. Sterling's done it for England, like you just said, and I think there's no way he doesn't get picked, even though he's not been great at Chelsea this year.
The difficulty of the World Cup this year is that it's right in the middle of the season, and you can see their form.
Do you pick players in
clearly?
Form? Yeah.
So I think that Sterling's a dodgy one for me.
Yeah, I agree. I was very torn between Saka. I think Sterling starts with Kane. Saka was the one that I was tempted to pick Rashford. Rashford's been playing well, but I do think Rashford's one of the players, especially for England, last half an hour off the bench, pace going forward. I think he might come on.
Saka could bring the same thing though.
I think Rashford's just a bit stronger and a bit more dynamic and a bit. I don't know. But I think Saka and Rashford are interchangeable either way.
Yeah.
But I think Sterling and Kane will start.
Yeah.
And I think they should start
fair enough
because they've got international experience. They've done it at the World Cup. They've done it at the Euros. I think you've got to get that first game on your belt. If you lose that first game, there's so much. Draw that first game that's around. There's so much pressure on the next 2 games.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what
I've gone. I think I went Rashford on the left. I've gone Foden on the right, and I've gone the big man Dominic Calvert-Lewin up top. Obviously, not a joke. Harry Kane up top. Again, for me, it was a massive toss-up between Rashford and Saka. You could put either of them in there, as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't pick Sterling at the moment because of his club form. We know he's done it for England, but when, like I said, when you've got the World Cup right in the middle of the Premier League season, you can see their form. When it's in the summer and there's a bit of a break,
it's going to be interesting.
Everything's different. I think now you're going straight into it. And I know in Chelsea maybe he's playing slightly out of position. He's not properly settled in yet, but I wouldn't start Sterling. I've never been a massive fan of him anyway. I think he will start Sterling, but I wouldn't.
That's fair enough. Nice, yeah. I think interesting game. Like I said, we've got to get that first result underway.
Yeah, 100%.
We've got to get their 3 points. Right, so that concludes Matchday 1 predictions and our England lineup. So to finish, Keane, do you want to give us your stat of the episode?
Do you boys have any idea who the first team to reach a European Cup final was?
What, club football?
Club football.
The first 2 teams or the first team?
Well, the first English team. Go with the first English team.
Forest?
To reach a European Cup
that's
final.
Too late. Celtic?
No, not Celtic.
What?
English team.
Oh, English. Also, your UK.
Aston Villa?
Nope.
Not. Give us a clue. Whereabouts in the country?
Up north, ish. Well, Midlands probably. It's probably more accurate. Midlands.
Wolves.
No.
In the Prem still?
No.
Oh.
Championship?
Championship.
Sunderland?
No.
They're not in the Championship, are they?
Burnley?
No.
They are now. No, I don't know. Millwall?
No.
That's London. What letters do we go with?
B.
B? Blackburn?
No.
Blackpool?
No.
Bolton?
No.
What?
I'll just tell you.
Dunno.
It was Birmingham.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Really?
It was the Intercity Fairs Cup in
Oh, shut up,
1956. No, well that was replaced by the UEFA Cup, which is Europa League.
Oh.
That is a European Cup final, and they were the first ones to do
fucking
it.
Audi Cup.
They
that Tottenham
lost
winning.
4-1 to the final to Barcelona in the final.
Fair enough.
Barcelona are in it.
Is that your stat?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That was shittest start. That.
You didn't get it there, did you? So
No. Right. Here we go. Player journey.
go on.
Transfer history. Give us the player.
Okay.
2006, 2007. Vitória. I think it's the Portuguese side.
Vitória.
I think. On loan to Benfica, 2007.
So he's Portuguese.
Went from Benfica. So then he signed for
Figo.
Benfica. No.
Okay, 2006,
And
7.
he signed for Benfica properly 2007 and went there until 2011.
Right.
In 2011, he signed for Chelsea until 2014. He then signed for PSG for 2 seasons in
David Luiz.
Oh, nice, Keane.
Oh,
Nice.
that was very good.
That was good for you. You actually do know some football.
Of course I do.
So yeah, went to PSG for 2 years, back to Chelsea for 3 years, then full time for Arsenal, and I think it's
See,
currently.
when you said Portuguese and Benfica, I thought it was going to be a Portuguese player because that's
what I thought as well.
And then currently at Flamengo.
I couldn't name any Portuguese players from Chelsea.
Basingua, Portuguese, Ricardo Quaresma, Ricardo Carvalho.
Fair enough. Well, after this, we will be doing the long-awaited sweepstake.
Yeah, so by the time this episode is up on YouTube, there will be a video on Instagram. We're about to go live to the draw for the sweepstake, but that will be on Instagram, on our reels, by the time this video goes live on YouTube and Spotify. So yeah, last thing to do, rate the old beer.
Well then, Dan, we know you're not a lager fan, but what do you reckon?
Dan not even drank his, really.
No.
What do you reckon?
To be fair, this is one of the better ones I've had.
Really? It doesn't look like it.
5.9.
5.9. Very, very accurate. I like that.
Key?
I'll give it 7.
Yeah, I love an
Pretty
Estrella.
standard. Pretty nice.
I think you can't go wrong with Estrella. I'm going 9.
Fair enough. Fair
Estrella
enough.
is a very lovely beer.
Yeah, fair play.
So yeah.
Right, we will see you next week.
Nice.
Game week 2 predictions.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Thank you for joining us, Dan.
Cheers.
Thank you
cheers,
very much
Dan.
for having me.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.